So, would you like to do the honors liaison and introduce the two players?
Sure. Well, spawning in the top right-hand corner on Habitation Station Ladder Edition, we just saw him actually on stream take his first game of the Go for SC2 EU Cup today against Nomi. It is the yellow Zerg player, Golden. And in the top left-hand corner, the pink Terran player for Max Flow, it is souL.
Now, Habitation Station is an awesome map. It's probably one of my favorite in the current map pool, just because of the awesome, slightly crazy games you can get out sometimes. Do you have any preference of crazy stuff that can come down on Habitation Station?
Well, you know, Habitation Station, it's a funny map for me a little bit, just because I feel like the best matchups that we saw were so early on in the history of the map, right? Whenever you think of this map, you think of Scarlet Bomber from Red Bull, from like really the first month that the map was out. And since then, I feel like play has really stabilized on it a little bit. But I love, obviously, the positioning of the gold bases and kind of that mind game that you can see. You know, some players will take it earlier, and if they can kind of they can win the game piggybacking off of that advantage, or you know, a lot of Zergs will kind of save that base for last, and then they can kind of piggyback on it at the end when money's kind of hard to come by. So I think it produces, like you said, some really, really interesting games. Really excited to see. Actually, I don't know much about souL. Do you have some background on him at all, or?
souL actually really often plays in Go for SC2 Monday. He's a pretty good player. I believe he's been Grandmaster a couple of times in EU, so certainly a player to look out for. One thing I'm noticing at the moment, though, is souL is going for a pretty sneaky double proxy Rax Reaper play right now, and this could catch Golden off guard because he hasn't got the scout on it yet, nor does he have an Overlord positioned anywhere that could see it.
Well, his Overlord's flown over basically where the barracks should be and where the supply depots should be if this wasn't going on here. But the fact that he hasn't seen anything and the first Reaper's already out, spawning pool is still 25 seconds away here. This could be a lot of trouble here for Golden. I'm a little bit nervous for him.
He should be able to keep most of the drones alive. An interesting decision, pulling a majority of these workers in order to just try and scare away the Reaper. But this Reaper's already got up one kill, which is more than you would often suspect. Gets a second one too, and with more on the way, Golden is in a bit of a rough spot.
I mean, the problem here is he's going to have slow lings. His first queen is just coming out, but by the time the queen comes out, there will be 3, maybe even 5 Reapers out on this map. Probably 3 with the 4th and 5th coming out. So, you know, they can focus down these queens, and the aggression won't stop here for a little while. The question is going to be how much of this aggression is going to be continued here from souL, and if he has any plans to kind of transition out of it.
It's going to be very interesting to see what is done. Behind this, there's no sign of any additional CCs, no additional production. souL is heavily invested in this because of the 2 Raxes, but he's dealing a lot with it. The Ling numbers have been really whittled down. Another drone dies. Golden only at 11 workers at the moment, and the Queen out isn't going to be that much good against the sheer volume of Reapers that souL has at his disposal.
Yeah, 3 Reapers, they can 2-shot drones and Zerglings, so it makes it much more straightforward from a Terran perspective to kind of deal with all this. The Queen 1-shot away, it does go down as well, and now these slow Lings can be kited around forever. There's still a minute left until Metabolic Boost is done, and all of these Lings continue to kind of come out in these small numbers, and there it is, quick and tidy.
It's a best of 1, so souL advances forward into the next round.